Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about the brand new ColourPop Yes Please palette. Well, not really brand new. It came out like in June, but to me it's brand new. I've had this for like a week and a half and I have not played with it until now. So I've been waiting to film a video using this palette, so I haven't even swatched these yet. But I'm very, very excited to. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So this palette retails for $16, which is a hella deal in my opinion. I mean, this is technically a dupe to the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. And if you are unaware of the Natasha Denona brand, that eyeshadow palette is $129. Girl, $129? $129. I don't think so. Your girl is a broke ass college student. There is no way I'm spending $129 on an eyeshadow palette. I am currently in pharmacy school, so I'm basically living off of student loans. And I just can't justify spending $129 on an eyeshadow palette. I don't care how beautiful it is, how amazing the eyeshadows are, because I heard Natasha Denona eyeshadows are like the best of the best ever. But if you're on a budget like I am, there's no way. I just can't justify spending that much money on an eyeshadow palette. Maybe when I graduate and I'm making those big bucks as a pharmacist, then I might be able to. Then I might be able to justify it. But right now, it ain't happening. But anyway, so this palette looks like this. It says Cute AF on the front, and on the back it says Yes Please, which is the name of the palette, and then it has the shadow names on the back. And when you open it up, it looks like this, and it says ColourPop and hashtag ColourPopMe. Now, obviously, if you prefer having a mirror in eyeshadow palettes, you're going to have to use a different mirror because this doesn't come with one, but it's perfect for traveling because it's yay big. I have small hands, relatively small hands, and so this eyeshadow palette is pretty small. I was actually quite surprised by that when I opened up the box. I wasn't expecting it to be that tiny, but I'm okay with that because I think these shadows are stunning and perfect for summer and going into fall. And obviously I used this palette for the first time today to create this eye look. So yeah, if you guys want to see my overall first impressions of this palette and how I created this sunset eye look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put this shade Full Zip, I think that's what it's called, I'm guessing, Full Zip, all over my lid. And I'm just doing this to kind of set my eyeshadow primer that I've already put on my eyes. So the next shade I'm going to take is this one right here, and that shade is called Champs. And I'm just going to place this starting in my crease and working my way over. So the next shade I'm going to take is this shade right here, and that is called Big Cocktails. And I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush and start placing that on my outer V and kind of working my way over a little bit. I'm just basically layering all these shades to make my transition look like a sunset, basically. then I'm just going to go back in with this crease brush, and I'm going to take some more of this shade right here and just kind of blend it all out just to make it more seamless. And I don't want any harsh lines at all. I want everything to be nice and blended. And then the next shade I'm going to take is this yellow shade, and I'm just going to place that on top of the shade I just put down, just to give it a little extra pop. And then I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and just blend everything out even further to make sure that there are no harsh lines. So the next shade I'm going to take is this chocolate brown shade, and I'm just going to put a little bit in my outer V. Okay, so the next shade I'm going to take is this red shade, which is called Spoiled, I think. And I'm just going to place this a little bit right in through here. So the next thing I'm going to do is go in with this shade right here, which is called Bling, and I'm going to place this on the outer edge right here. I'm kind of going to go in with two different shimmers today. So I'm first going to use that reddish one, and then I'm going to take this gold one and put it towards the center of my eye. And I'm going to see how these metallic shimmers work without Fix Plus, just because I want to see how pigmented they are. You don't always have to use Fix Plus, but I'm just curious. But I usually end up using it anyway, but I want to see how this performs without it first. Actually, I'm going to use my finger too, just to see if there's even more color payoff. There's definitely a lot more color payoff when you use your finger. And then the next shade I'm going to use is this really pretty gold shimmer, which is called Butter Cake. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that all over the rest of my lid. Now the one thing I am noticing with these shadows is, at least when you use your finger or a dry brush, you do get a lot of fallout. I don't know if you can see underneath my eye here, but I do have fallout from these metallic shadows. So just be careful. So I am going to use Fix Plus because while you don't necessarily have to, I really want the color in these shadows to really stand out. Okay, so what I noticed is that I did have to go in with Fix Plus and wet my brush to apply these metallic shadows because there was quite a bit of fallout. When you wet your brush, obviously you're not going to get as much fallout because the eyeshadow is going to stick to the brush and then apply pretty evenly on your eyelid. Oh my gosh, my voice. I swear to God, like every video that I've done, my allergies have been atrocious. I'm so sorry, because you probably would find this very annoying, listening to me and my voice like this. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but my allergies are just worse here in New Mexico. I know that there's different trees and stuff, but I honestly thought they would be better here than back east, but that is not the case. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is smoke out my lower lash line, and I'm going to start with this lightest shade first. And then the next shade I'm going to use is this one right here, which is the one called Big Cocktails. And I'm going to put this as close to my lash line as possible. And then I'm going to place this red shade, which is called Spoiled, in the outer corners here. And then on a very tiny pencil brush, I'm going to take this chocolate brown shade, which is called Mischief, and I'm just going to run this as close to my lower lash line as possible. And then the last thing I'm going to do is take this yellow and just kind of smoke it out a little bit lower. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is take my Marc Jacobs Highliner eye pencil in the shade, what shade is this? In the shade Earthquake, and I'm just going to tightline and put this on my waterline. And the next thing I'm going to do is use this light shade for my brow bone. And then the last thing I'm going to do is put this gold shade again in my inner corner. And I am going to spray my brush with Fix Plus. Now I know this type of eye look pretty much calls for falsies, but I'm not going to put any on today. It's just one of those days, I don't feel like doing it. Same with a winged liner. I didn't put on a winged liner either. I don't think you necessarily have to put on a winged liner. I mean, it's personal preference, but today I'm just going to stick with the eyeshadow and then the eyeliner that I have in my waterline and just put on mascara and call it a day. So, but obviously you guys can do whatever kind of eye look you want. But for me personally right now, I'm just not going to put on falsies or a winged liner. So, but yeah, let me put on some mascara and I will be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and put mascara on, and I also went ahead and put some highlighter on. I just used the Kylie Cosmetics Ultra Loose Highlighter in the shade Tahiti. I don't know if you guys have ever tried her Ultra Glow Loose Highlighters, but they are amazing. They're so pigmented, and this shade Tahiti is stunning. So it is definitely one of my favorites. And because it is kind of like a pinky rose gold tone, I know my camera sucks and the lighting in here sucks, but with this eye look, I think they complement each other very well. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is put on some lipstick, and I'm just going to use the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Aquarius. I wanted more of a nude lip for such a bold eye look. Alright guys, so that completes this review and little tutorial on the ColourPop Yes Please palette. So my overall first impression of this is that it is very pigmented. The mattes blend out very nicely. I didn't have any issues with blending. The metallic shimmers are very pigmented as well. The only issue I had was the fallout. But I mean, I had fallout with the mattes too, but it wasn't that big of a deal. I still highly recommend getting this palette if you don't have it already. So yeah, I really like this palette. I will continue to use this summer. The shades in here are gorgeous. I think they are perfect for the summertime and even going into fall because the colors are very warm toned. But yeah, that completes this little mini review and tutorial on how I created this eye look using this palette. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and if you have any ideas or suggestions on what I should do next, just comment down below. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, as I said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.